This episode of The Traveling Golfer, we're rolling on the river, the Crystal River. Yeah, The Traveling Golfer takes you to a lot of places around the country that you've heard about and want to play. You may not have heard of this place, but after you find out all there is to know about the Plantation at Crystal River, you're going to want to play and stay right here.
American owned, family operated, 5 generations, fiercely focused on one thing: putting the best beer on the bar. Yuengling, America's oldest brewery.
We're out on the golf course at the Plantation on Crystal River with Director of Golf Jimmie Brothers. And Jimmie, you're in a piece of heaven here, and they just happen to put a golf course here for us. Tell us a little bit about this layout.
Well, Tony, it's a 27-hole facility. We have our 18-hole championship golf course, which has been here since 1957. Then we have a 9-hole Lagoons course, which is not quite an executive course. It has 4 par 4s and 5 par 3s. It's a good test. So it's a par 31. And believe me, par 31 is a good score out there. So it's good to practice on that course.
And who designed this course? I know it has some history to it.
Yeah, his name's Mark Mahana. Most people would say, who? Mark Mahana, actually, I knew as a kid. He was a member at the club that I grew up playing. Later on became the head professional there. I did. Mark's passed away now. Good designer.
To make a golf course for a resort like this, a flat piece of property, the features are going to be water. How much water comes into play here?
There's a lot of water. There's water on 13 of the 18 holes on the championship course. Not all in front of you, of course. Very little of it to the side, mostly lateral hazard. We are very close to the Gulf of Mexico, right there to our west, and rivers everywhere. So there is water, but not all right in front of you.
Jimmie, I see great tree management here. The trees are beautiful and mature. Not too many of them. You get beautiful silhouettes of individual trees. But I imagine you've got to strategically place your shots. Is that the case?
Absolutely. The trees are beautiful. I love the Spanish moss hanging from the mature oaks. But yeah, they have been here since 1957, as we said. That's when we opened. So the trees are mature. You have to know which side of the fairway to hit the ball on certain holes.
So Jimmie, with water coming into play on many holes here, is it the type of course that familiarity breeds success?
Of course. I mean, the old home court advantage thing. Of course, the more times you play it, the easier it gets. And because the water is not completely visible all the time, it does help to play it a number of times, and you respect the golf course more after you've done that.
How about your favorite hole on the golf course, Jimmie?
Well, 17, I had a hole in 1, but no. The 11th hole is probably our signature hole. It's a very long par 5, 555 yards long from the back tee. It's our #1 handicap hole. There's tree-lined fairways both sides, so you've got to hit the ball and play. If you can do that, then the second shot, there's water down the right. So you either, if you hit your drive far enough, can possibly go over the water, or have to fit it between the left trees of the rough and the water there, the hazard to the right, and then your third goes on. So a great hole. I think that's my favorite one.
Jimmie, 60 years ago when they were building golf courses like this, they didn't put a lot of speed into the greens because they had a lot of slope to them. Is that the case here?
Actually, the greens are just subtle. There's some slopes to them, but they're subtle. They're tough to read. You actually think the ball maybe go a little right, or they're tough to figure out.
It pays to have a designated putter in your bag. I got mine. Jimmie, it's like a nature preserve out here, especially next to this tidal pond. You've got every kind of wildlife imaginable.
It is, this is, I guess, the watering hole for them. 17th hole. It does go up and down with the tide. The Gulf of Mexico being right out there will pull the water in and out. It's kind of low tide right now. We have all kind of birds here, coots and ibis and hawks and eagles and sandhill cranes, alligators. I can't even think of them all.
Well, this place really is for the birds, and for us golfers too. Now you're in a bit of a golf central here with a lot of great golf courses in the area, so people can come here, stay at Crystal River, play here, but also get a package from you to play at other courses?
Yes, absolutely. World Woods, within a half an hour of us. Most people have heard of it.
36 holes, designed by Tom Fazio, know it well.
Exactly. Black Diamond. You have Juliet Falls, a fairly new golf course, which I just saw on Golf Week is ranked 12th golf course in the state that you can play. So there's a lot of wonderful golf around here, in addition to our wonderful golf.
Even got a Pete Dye one around here, right? Southern Hills Plantation?
Yeah, down in Brooksville, within a half hour also.
I think a lot of people are not aware of the fact that right here in this area, in this Crystal River area, there is a lot of great golf to go along with all the other things that we've talked about already that you can do in this area.
For sure. You can stay here, do lots of things, and probably at the top of the list is great golf.
Well, springtime in Florida, in the Crystal River area, Citrus County, all of the great things to do down here, believe me, it is a stop that the entire family can enjoy. Come and see Jimmie Brothers here at the Plantation at Crystal River. Well, here we are at the Tiki Bar, my favorite spot on the entire property, where you can enjoy the view and get a cold libation. We've got our favorite bartender here, Laurie.
How are you?
I need something to wet my whistle after all this talking. What would you recommend?
How about an ice cold Yingling light lager?
Well, this is where it all happens, the dive shop, the adventure center on the Crystal River. Let's go in and see what it takes to go out and swim with the manatees. Well, we're swimming with the manatees here on the Crystal River. They're playful little characters. This might be as close as I get, though.
One-handed touching only. Okay, open palm. No grabbing the flippers, no grabbing the tail. Can't hang on to them. Don't put your arm around and try to hold them that way. That's a no-no also. One-handed open palm. Nice and slow and easy.
We're here in Crystal River, Florida, which is one of the only places in the world where you can actually get in the water and interact with the Florida manatees. What we do here at the Plantation Adventure Center is we take people out on the manatee snorkel tours. Those start at 7 o'clock in the morning. We like to think that our manatee tour is a 3-hour educational experience. We start out with an 8-minute video, and then we like to think we're going to spend 3 hours educating you on what you can and cannot do with the manatees. The wintering herd, we have about 500 manatees in the Kings Bay area. That's usually from start of November to end of March. The manatees come seeking the warm water. So our water temperature is constant 72 degrees all year long. So in the winter time, when that water temperature in the Gulf is below 68 degrees, we have the influx of manatees here in the Kings Bay. These things are 3,000-pound mammals, so you would think some of the kids are intimidated, but within the first 3 or 4 seconds in the water with these guys, they live up to their name, the gentle giant. I mean, they just float around gracefully, they move very, very slow. They'll come right up to you, give you a kiss on your mask. They have no natural predators, so they don't know to fear us. So that's more important for us to teach you and educate you about why the manatees are here, so we're not harming them in the future. You know, we want you to leave a manatee advocate. We have people from all over the world come here. This is the manatee capital of the world. They come here, roughly 100,000 people came here last year in 2012 to have this experience. So it's quite a big draw.
Wow, croquet, horseshoes. Even got shuffleboard. The best part about playing golf at Crystal River, when you're finished, they've got all of these activities. So let it begin, the pentathlon at the Plantation at Crystal River. Anchored. Child's play. And now for the most important event of the day. I sure hope I have enough energy for this last event. At the spa at Plantation. Boy, do I need this. Somebody put me back together, please. Cindy Tallman, the esthetician here at the spa at Plantation on Crystal River. Cindy, tell us what therapeutic services are available at the spa.
We offer facials, body wraps, massages, hair treatments, manicures, pedicures.
Back to that body wrap, can I get a roast beef wrap? I've had that before.
Something maybe similar.
Okay.
Rosemary mint.
Rosemary mint wrap.
Absolutely.
That sounds like right up my alley. Come and see Cindy here at the spa. She'll make you feel great. Well, Jimmy, we talked about the course. We played the course. We haven't seen you hit a shot on the course yet. Here we are on 18. Your drive's in perfect shape. 100 yards to the pin. Clubhouse, everybody watching there. I'm putting all the pressure on you. Let's see how you handle this one.
All right, Tony, I'll give it a try.
Like butter. That's Jimmy Brothers. One take, birdie putt coming up. Well, that just about does it from Crystal River, the Plantation on Crystal River. Not just the golf resort, but the entire family spot. Just about an hour and a half north of Tampa, Clearwater area. So much to do, so much to see, and so much golf to play with us here on the Traveling Golfer.
Tony Leodora's golf wardrobe, courtesy of Antigua, the leader in modern golf apparel.
There can be only one number one. One outperforms. One outplays. The one shot. The one moment that separates one from the rest. That's when one redefines distance. That's how one earns number one. R1, the one driver played by more tour pros than any other. From TaylorMade, the number one driver in golf since 2001.